Hello everyone. So today what we will do is we will try to understand how to use a prompt template. Okay. So we have done like in previous exercise, we have done using prompt, system prompt, user prompt, what do we have done, right? Now what we want to do is we want to build a prompt and then pass it on to a model using a prompt template. Right. So in the template, what is the benefit of using a template? Is basically like we can from the runtime we can pass some information like the ID or some other information, user right or message or other variables in the runtime, and then those information we can put it in the prompt. Like we can put it from the template. We can create a prompt using those variable information, right? So it's basically the template which we have, and then from based on the variables, we will put it into the template, and then we create a prompt out of it, and then we'll push or use it in our models. Right. So we'll understand it using the. So suppose we'll create the movie recommendation, right, controller. So in that we will see how we can use this. Okay. So we'll quickly go into the code now. We'll start with a movie recommend control. So first we'll add our REST controller and the request mapping. Request mapping, let's have it as movies. Now, what we want to have is, like we have already done before, we're going to have a chat client and then the constructor. So constructor, we want a builder. So we will use a builder to make our. So now what we will do is also, okay, we also need a chat memory so that we can store this information. Chat memory. Right, so now we will do as we have seen before, done before, like, we'll use default advisors. So one is our prompt check memory advisor. So we will, so here we will use our check memory and build. And now also we will use our simple logger advisor, right? So we can log this information and then dot build. So this is our basic constructor. Now let's go to the mapping. So let's, for now we will have it as a string get recommendation. So this is our, so what we will have is get mapping of, let's say, movies and recommend. And here we'll pass two arguments, request param. So one is like the, let's assume what we want is we want to pass the language, like I want movies from of this language and of this genre. So we'll pass two things. One is the language and one is the genre. So here let's pass this one language and the other one is the genre. So two information we have. Now what we have to do is we have to build in the template. So first let's go prompt. So let's have a string first. Like what should be our template, right? So what we want is we will give me a list of top 5 language, let's suppose English movies, right, of genre. So this genre. Then we can also provide like what more how should the response look like and what information should we have. It's not just a film, like we're given the list of 5 movies, we can also add like the description on other things. So we can have something give me in the below format, right? So it will give me in that format itself. So first let's go, we'll have the movie. So we'll have this movie title, then we'll have what you can have, we can have plot of the movie. So here we will say movie plot, let's say in less than 50 words. So we don't want too much of information because this again We have to make sure like we don't consume too much of tokens as well when you are making a call. So about to be aware of it all the time. And also the director, let's suppose. So this is our template, right? So now we are going to create a prompt template. So this is the string we've created. Now we want to create a prompt template out of it. So now we have these two information like language and genre. Right. So now we want to pass it. The template we have to pass it, right? So how we do with this is first, let's go. We can have a builder. So in the builder, what we will have is we will have this template and it will pass on the template string, right? Next, what we want a variable. So inside this variable, we'll put the map, like map of the information that we want. Like say, suppose you can see I had the language, and then we'll have this whatever language like user is passing from the endpoint. Next is the genre. So here also same thing. We will take the genre from the user input from this the request, right? From here we'll take it. So now we are putting it in the map. So once it's in the variable. So since we are taking it from the endpoint, so these are the variables. So now when the template is created, so then so what will happen is these variables will be passed from the user inputs and get like basically now like that string would look like give me a list of top 5. Say suppose English movies of genre comedy. Okay. Now what we want to do is now it's like basically we can simply create this chat client dot prompt and then we pass the prompt template, right? So here we have to do a dot create because we want to create a prompt out of the template. So as of now, this is just the template, right? So this is still here. We are just build the template and the prompt is not yet created. So then what we can do, we can put the system message. So here we can say like you are a movie expert, right? So it just knows. So these called us giving a role to the LLM, so that it understands like your plays a role of a movie expert, so it can give better answer to this. Now what we'll have is it's directly call because here we don't have, we'll just have a builder endpoint where we are asking for this language in genre as our request parameter. There is no message as such, so there is no user message. We don't need that, right? So yeah, this should be it. So here we are passing this and we're calling this. Like let's check this out. So we've already created it before. So let's try and edit this movies and then recommend. Right? Movies and then recommend genre and let's go. Let's try. Yeah. So here is a list we got, right? So what one is Hera Fairy, Andaz Apna Apna, Kodmar, Welcome, and Bulbul. Yeah, quite good, right? Like yeah, we all know if you're a Hindi audience, so we know like yeah, these all are definitely the top. Yeah, definitely will come to the top 5 for comedy movies. Let's try with something like this. Let's try. It's quite fascinating. Right? Let's see. Yeah, definitely. So the Hangover is there. Super bad. Bridesmaid. Yeah. So exactly. So basically, it recommends. It's a good recommendation. Like it's giving me because we're using the like a good model like Ollama 3. So it's providing. I think with another model, lower one, probably it might not be that good. Right. So yeah. So yeah, this is it for prompt template. So maybe we'll go next. We'll try to like save this information and maybe in the next lesson. And yeah, we'll go next. Thank you.